crazy not too dirty joke. Oh my God. I don't know any jokes. I'm not a joke person. Is that crazy? I mean, I said this the other day. I miss a lot of snap-worthy things, but anything that makes me laugh or is just like, gives me like pause is worth snapping. When I was leaving the airport, you know, to come here, there was a guy carrying his dog in like in a bag. Like he had his dog on handles and he was just carrying the dog on these two handles through the airport, and I snapped him, and then immediately as he departed, a guy came up behind me wearing two hats. So I called him Two Hats and I snapped him. So anything where I'm just like, oh, that's interesting, I'll snap. Anything that I'd want to share with a friend, basically. Like if I would take a picture and text it to a friend, then I know it's worth snapping. Yeah, I did like a thing at a mall where I would just snap all the men sitting in the mall waiting for women to come out. Where I would just like, it's just like dozens of them all over the place, like looking like this. And I'd snap every single one of them. Malls are good. Airports are really good. Airports might be the best because people are really at their pureness. In an airport, you can really get people at their worst. Having a story, like having an arc, or like one really funny snap. If it's like a standalone snap, great. Like if it's just something so absurd or crazy, then great. But I like having like a full story through a person's day is my favorite. That's my favorite thing to watch. I'd rather watch a full day than somebody sitting in one spot talking about one thing and then not posting anything for 6 hours. Like I'd rather sit down and watch like their whole day go by. Oh yeah, all the time. I usually do nothing. I just keep snapping. Nobody's ever told me to delete a snap after snapping them, but I have been asked for money from street performers that I've snapped, which I think is fair. So I sort of stopped snapping street performers. Save that money. I used to use the pretty one a lot, but then I noticed that it really makes me look weird, so I don't use that one anymore. It makes me look like smaller lips and like nose. But if they're particular like topics, like McDonald's Day, I did it. If it's a holiday, I'll use them. Otherwise, I just do like the one swipe to like blow out the light. The McDonald's one was like the stack of Big Macs that was on the head, and there was like a rap song. I don't know if you guys had it here, but we had it when the new Big Macs came out, and they were like, I wish I remembered the song. It probably wasn't that great if I don't remember it, but it was a rap song about Big Macs and the different sizes, Junior, and it was like you had to bend down to get all the Big Macs. In the frame, which was my favorite part, because you could fill the whole frame with your head, but if you just kept going down, like the Big Macs kept coming, which I enjoyed. Picking an enemy started at an airport because it's so easy to pick an enemy at the airport. I try and figure out who in the group of strangers around me would actually be my enemy based on body language or what clothes they decided to wear, but mostly body language. And I choose them as an enemy and I snap them. I snap them and send them off into the world. Taylor Swift and Zayn, the sex song from 50 Shades Darker. I love that song. Did you see the movie? It's weird because you would think that would be during a sex scene, but it's actually during a scene where they're sailing and she's just like behind, he's like do it, like be the captain, and then it's like and then they're like with the hair and like everything. Spencer Pratt and I are like very good friends now. We're like bros, and Heidi too. I think I started following I found his Snapchat like months and months and months ago, and I was like, why aren't more people talking about how good his Snapchat is? Because it's like he understands how to produce television, so he understands how to make like a good Snapchat, you know, story, and he does it every day. And so I think I just complimented him, and then he was like in. He's like, we're bros. And we both like crystals, and then when, you know, I had a dog that passed away, him and Heidi are like huge dog people, and they started sending me like edible arrangements like every single day for a week, which was so sweet. I'd never had an edible arrangement before in my life. But I was like, I love you so much. And then Spencer told me that Heidi was going to buy me a Pomeranian for Christmas. And I was like, no, don't. But thank you for the thought. So we got close really fast. I use Snapchat way more than I use Twitter now. Twitter's like, I don't know, I guess for like more of a one-liner. If I want to have a conversation, I'll use Snapchat rather than Twitter. If it's like a final sort of just like, or rhetorical, I'll put it on Twitter. And if it's a conversation or something I want to expand on, then I'll put it on Snapchat. Or if it would be funnier for me to say than for someone to read, then I'll use Snapchat.